Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So I feel like I could pretty much speak for everybody, right, whether you're a Jet fan or not, when I say that Sauce Gardner is an absolute beast, right? He's an animal. Whether we're talking rookie cornerbacks in all of football, Gardner has proven so far, and look, it hasn't even been one full season, but in his short Jets career, short Jet tenure so far, he has looked absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the upside, the physical traits, I feel like personally that's to me the number one thing that stands out. His size matched with how he moves, right? His overall athleticism, jumping, length, everything like that. I mean, everything physical, he pretty much checks the box. Match that with his confidence, match that with his overall youth, match that with what coaches, teammates, other players around the league are saying about Gardner. You are literally looking at, and I know it's a big statement, but you are looking at a guy who could potentially be a cornerstone of your football team, right? I mean, the defense is one thing, but a cornerstone of the football team for 10 years. Again, it's a big statement. I get it. But that is what Gardner has proven, right? You don't take a corner in the top 5 if you hope he's a cornerback too. You take a corner in the top 5 if you think he's generational, and that term gets thrown around a lot. But you take a corner that high, we're talking guys like Jalen Ramsey, Stephon Gilmore back with the Pats, Darrelle Revis, right? That's my metric. I think if you take a corner top 5, the hope is he's going to become a top 5 corner in football. Maybe not immediately, right? Maybe not year 1, but year 2, year 3, year 4, you're starting to see some major signs. Luckily, though, we're already seeing a ton of great signs already. So he passes the eye test. He obviously has the production. We take a look at the numbers. He has 44 tackles, 13 passes defended against, with 2 picks. But it's not just the stats. It's not just the eye test. It's also critical moments in the game when quarterbacks go to challenge him, right? The Aaron Rodgers of the world. In big moments, Sauce steps up. You don't see Sauce Gardner giving up constant 3rd downs, constant 4th downs, getting burned on, goal line fades. It's just not there. It's just not there. So literally we're starting to go down a checklist and it's like, man, he has that. He has that. He has that. Don't got to worry about that. I'm so excited for what the future holds. And Rich Cimini actually wrote a really good article yesterday where he got Darrelle Revis' take on the situation. And there was a ton of awesome quotes. I mean, it was a really good read. I'll have it linked down below in the description. But Revis said, when you come in as a rookie, you want elite players you're playing against to respect you. And the only way you do that is to be a playmaker. I think Sauce has the word playmaker written all over him. He went on to say, I think the biggest thing is Sauce has to embrace the city and the city is embracing him back by his play. I think it's great to have the electric energy from the city for players like Sauce. Once he understands he can embrace it, he can be a fan favorite for a really long time. Vinny Curry actually chimed in on Sauce. He said he's like Revis except in Antonio Cromartie's body, which is absolutely crazy to think about. Those defenses back in the day with Rex Ryan, it was must-watch TV, right? Revis and Crow, it was just insane. They would just lock down opposing wide receivers, in some cases tight ends, like it was nothing, right? I remember back in school, I would literally think about that defense all day. One day specifically, though, I remember walking in a math class, and at this point, the Jets made the playoffs as a wild card team. And it was the week leading up to the Chargers game, so in San Diego, and nobody was really giving the Jets a chance. And I remember walking into class, sitting down early in the morning, and I don't know, maybe 5 minutes went by, and the bell rang. I'm thinking like, man, I just sat down. Like, why is everybody leaving? And I looked up at the clock, and 45 minutes went by, and I didn't take out any of my stuff or anything like that. I remember just sitting there, just with a blank stare on my face, thinking about the Jets defense, how to stop that Chargers offense with Phillip Rivers and everything like that, the entire period. And, again, must-watch TV. It was just such a great duo. But going back to Sauce here, when asked about all the praise, he said, it's still my rookie year, so I'd probably say it's still under construction in regards to, Sauce Island, right, comparing it to Revis Island. I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself because he did way more good things than I've done. I'm going to make sure I stay humble. I mean, that's the type of answer you want to hear from a guy who's lighting the NFL on fire. I mean, even his post-game post-game interview after the Bills game, I mean, it just seems like he gets it. Like, he's not hyping himself up. He's not making himself bigger than the team. Nothing like that at all. Again, I mean, I know we keep talking about like a checklist here, but it's like, find a flaw. Is it realistic to start poking holes in his game, poking holes, with him as a teammate? I think it's unrealistic until he proves that he, is doing something wrong or shows that he's messing up in one area or another. Nobody has anything bad to say about him. And it just feels so good to have a guy like that in the locker room. But the last thing I wanted to leave off on was DJ Reed. He came up in the article when asked about the mental approach to the game, studying habits, things like that, right? Preparation leading up to game day. And Sauce said, we've got these long hallways, and that's like 2 minutes worth of film. I try to sometimes, but I have to make it become a habit. DJ does it all the time. Reed literally walks around the facility with a iPad tablet, watching film. And, according to Sauce here, he's, watching film, on his way to wherever he's going within the facility, like literally just hallways. I mean, that's, to me, that's so sick. I mean, I don't know about you, but if you want to talk about dedication, reliability, dependability, mental smarts, being prepared, I mean, think about all the great teams out there, all the teams that have won championships, all the, championship coaches, like Bill Belichick, like he preaches it all the time. Like you have to know what you're doing. You got to do your job. And there's so much work that goes in throughout the week of knowing your opponent, knowing where you need to be, knowing your job. And, just to get that little, like just tidbit there from Sauce is just so cool, in my opinion. So cool. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Again, Samini's article will be listed down below in the description, so if you want to check it out, I highly recommend it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and as always, go Jets.